Hey guys, today we're going to talk about smart money concepts, entries, and exits. We're going to do a video today. We're going to go over a few different charts and indices. One of the things that I like to trade with smart money concepts is indices because they give a whole lot more consistency to patterns, and you also have professional day traders and institutions trading those indices, which creates more consistency within the structure and the candle patterns. So this is one of the trades that Sam had drawn out today that she had made a mark, and she had drawn out her trade here. Basically a 19 to 1 RR, as you can see, 18.93. So one of the things you'll realize is as you start trading, if you're brand new to trading, you're always slow to climb for the most part, and you're quick to fall. So you can see this is on a 15-minute time frame. You had 30-45 minutes of drop, and then she drew out her SMC trade. She saw the reversal off the 1 hour point of interest, and she saw the reversal, and this little block is your stop loss, and she had a 19 RR trade. So you slow to climb, still hit the mark of what she was looking for. So this was on a Great British Pound USD. We're going to take a look at quite a few different charts. Let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, so this is going to be the NASDAQ 100. One of the things I'm going to do real quick, just so we can get order blocks and multi-time frame, is I'm going to turn on the RTM Pro SMC 2.11. You can see there's a lot of stuff going on here. So we're going to go into settings real quick, and I'm going to fix this real quick. So on the multi-time frame, fair value gap, we're going to set to the 1 hour. We're going to show the history, which could be some points of interest in the future. But they're already mitigated, so they may be irrelevant unless they're going the same direction we want them to be going. So let's see if we can turn some of this stuff off. So we're going to go to turn off sessions, turn off internal structure, turn off main structure, order blocks, internal structure, main structure. It's main structure fibs. We can leave that on. Let's see what that looks like. So yeah, as you can see, once we get into the current price action, you can see we have the order blocks and fair value gaps there. Looking for those mitigation points. So, all right, let's talk about some entries and exits with smart money concepts. So, a couple things we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at these triple tops. This one actually had 4, so we consolidated up. We had a high here, 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 and here. You can see that the highs become lower before consolidating before the big drop. So how can you tell when you need to make an entry? First off, we're going to talk about this up climb. So we had this is one of the things with the new structure. We're going to have this fixed. It's break structure and change character all in one. So that's what that is. We're going to have that fixed. But this is a sell sign liquidity stop out. Institutions, professional traders, they look to take out retail traders stops, and this is a sell side stop out. So whenever it entered below here, somebody may have taken out sales, looking for it to drop well lower. It dropped down a little bit, consolidated, and broke back up. Hopefully these people who entered at this particular point would have moved their stop loss to break even, and they would have broke it back even. So this is what you're going to be looking for. You're going to be looking for these buy stops and sell stops, and where the retail trader gets out of the market and there's a reversal that takes place. This is where your smart money concept traders are going to get in and make money, along with the institutions and professional traders. So as we went back up here and tested this previous internal highs, we went back down. Now this started to become validated right in this area. Now if it would have broke this previous low, it could have continued down, which would have validated this first sell trade that somebody would have tried to get into. But as you can see, it held this buying momentum up in this channel, which this is where your smart money trade and your entry comes in. So after you see this, I mean, you could have got in here after the break above this character, or you could have been patient and waited. And patience with smart money concepts is a necessity. You're not going to be looking at a chart 15, 30 minutes and find a trade. You have to be very, very patient within smart money concepts. And that's one of the things that we're going to be teaching and coaching people to be, is you have to be extremely patient and know the patterns and know what to wait for. So in this particular area, you're going to be looking for that long. You're going to see this consolidation phase and upward momentum, which is showing the buyers. So we got our long position, and you're going to be making your stop right below this previous internal low. So then, now this is your main structure low at the current time. And this is consolidation phase. You're seeing upward momentum. If this bottom internal low gets broken right here, your trade becomes invalidated. Now, what are you going to be looking to capture? You're going to be looking towards these previous tops and point of interest. So if you wanted to be conservative, you could be looking towards these tops right here. You have this high here. These are going to be your point of interest. So here, there, right in here, that top, this top. And of course, if it continued going, you'd be looking at these three equal highs here. But this particular trade, if you want to take this, would be roughly a 4.5. Not a bad trade. I wouldn't do anything less than a 3 to 1. Probably a 3 to 4 to 1 is probably the least I would be doing with your smart money concepts trading. You definitely don't want to be doing a 1 to 1, 2 to 1. 3 to 1 would be the lowest. But the better you get at your entries, you can start increasing that out. And you're probably going to average anywhere between like 5 to 8 RR on your trades. So let's shrink this down. That's going to be an entry. So let's talk about the sell trade here. So let's say you were going to do your stop loss as soon as this break a character, and you were going to target these previous highs over here. You're going to do your stop loss slightly above this change of character. Basically, it'd be this previous candle, just slightly above this previous candle's high. That would be a 7.5 RR. So let's go back to the main chart. This is still on the 15-minute chart, and we're going to start looking at buying pressure. So after this bounce right here, you can see this is buying pressure. You can see these internal break structures. You can see a bounce, and you can see the buying pressure continue to go up. Okay. So these particular spots, you're going to be looking for longs. See this buying pressure right here? This see that buying pressure? It's holding the upside trend, and the previous lows are not getting broken. So definitely, if you're going to do this, let's erase this. Let's say you're watching this price action take hold. You can see a huge uptrend, buying pressure. So if you're going to do a long, and you were able to get in right through this spot right here, all this is risk management. You know, the better that you get at entries and exits, you're going to capture trades. What you want to guard against is having too big of stop losses or not having a stop loss at all. That's what's eventually going to blow your accounts. Now, I also recommend for everybody to start demo trading. Make sure you're a profitable trader before you start trading with live funds. And everybody's different on this. But while you're practicing in a demo account, see if you can grow your account by using these types of trades. So if you're going to trade here, Your stop loss would be below these previous lows, and your take profit would be this previous wicks high, which is where this break of structure happens. If you want to do the close and be conservative on this top, you can do that as well. It's whatever you feel more comfortable with. So if you're going to do that, that's a 7.22 RR. So let's look at some more. And let's look at this current time trend. Current time frame, you can see we're still in bullish momentum. And it shows a relatively strong consolidation pattern, which to me is not saying this is ready to go down yet. It's why we would always guard against it. But to me, this looks like upward momentum. Now, could this go down? Let me grab an arrow. Could this go down here and then start breaking up? Of course, and it would still be in pattern. But if you're going to trade this with smart money concepts, see if I can find the right thing, and there it is. And you're going to see this consolidation area, and you're going to try to get a good deal in here. You're going to be setting your stop loss slightly below this previous low, and we're going to target the middle of this fair value gap, or you can even do the beginning. That's a 3.5. Now we assume, because we are in upward momentum, you're going to have a consolidation phase. This main structure gets broken. So right now we have this. This would be the future main structure break. So if you want to target this, you definitely can do that. And that's a 4.34. If you can keep your RRs above a 4 and have good solid risk management and have patience for your entries, you're probably going to do pretty well with your trading. This is a relatively short trade in the smart money concepts field. Now, when you're capturing bigger trades, which I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. The sell side of your smart money concept trades are going to be quick. If you're patient and you have good entries, you can make like really solid trades really quick on the sell side. And your buy side, you have to be a little bit more patient because you're quick to fall and slow to climb. So let's look at some other charts. We're going to move to the NASDAQ. And I can do whatever chart y'all want me to do. But like I said before, and I've said to many people, the indices provide better opportunities for you smart money concept traders. This is the S&P 500, 500 largest companies in America. So you look at this buying pressure. Look at these previous highs. If you be patient, and you can see this bottom, this top broke these previous lows. You can see this buying pressure on this upward momentum, and you can see it rapidly takes off to the upside. This is what you want to capture from right here up. You want to be able to capture this with good entries with your smart money concept trades. So you can see These are your bottoms. This is your strong support within your upward momentum. So whenever you're looking at this, you got your main break of structure. This is your main change of character. So you saw upward momentum, and then it kind of changed, but it didn't hold. It didn't really break this first low. You can see this fair value gap that was mitigated. Even the low of that, it barely touched it. Barely touched the bottom before reversing back up. And then whenever you're seeing this, you can see this is buying pressure. Consolidation phase to move higher. So you go to your bigger time frames, your 4 hour, 1 day, weekly, to get bias. So what's it done? The last day, couple days, had buying pressure, went up, and it sold off significantly. You can see the wick here on the low, and you can see the wick here on the next day. Now, something that you can see on a daily basis. See if I can find the box. Find a box. Some days you'll see this where it'll have a massive move up. This candle will go all the way up here, but it won't break these wicks. And then it'll have a massive move back to the downside and close all the way back down here. So you have a wick that goes all the way up here, and then have a huge sale all the way back down here to the bottom wick. You can see that. You can see where it currently is, and this is why you want to look at your bigger time frames to get bias. And you want to look at your daily. That was on the 4 hour. You want to look at your daily. Daily candles is showing buying pressure. It went way up here and consolidated back down. You can look at your weekly. What your weekly candles doing? Your weekly candles are continuing to progress upwards, showing buying pressure. So you could have 2 or 3 weeks of these huge consolidation areas, up and down, up and down. And then just like that, you'll have 2 or 3 weeks of this upward momentum consolidation, and you're stopping out of a lot of your trades. You're in buys, but it's moving back and forth, and then you have a huge wick to the upside again. So look at this. Buy, sell pressure, sell pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, almost 2 months of solid downtrend. And you see what I'm talking about? Like this week, it opened here. It went all the way up. Didn't break this previous week's wick, but it went all the way up here to the top. That's what I'm talking about. Then you had selling pressure towards the end of the week. It went all the way back down and closed in a red candle. It probably opened this week, went down, caused this break of structure. People were in sales. It reversed, went all the way back up the top of this wick before reversing and closing back down here at the bottom. The more you look at these charts, the more you recognize patterns, what it can do, and you're going to know these candles can go all the way up here to the top, but it won't break this previous week's bias. If it breaks this previous week's wick high, it creates a change of character, and it could reverse and go back up to the upside. This is why your stop loss is the most important aspect of your trading. You've got to set a stop loss on every single trade that you do. So this is on the weekly, and you can see upward pressure. I would almost guess that another big bull candle is going to be coming up. And this is the start of 2022. And where can we go to? Right now, I don't currently have order blocks on. But you can probably see, it's not going to let me do it. You can probably see price enter this box. Now, if it's not found its low yet, You can probably see price enter this box before reversing on a hard sell trend to break those lows. So let's go ahead and dive deeper, a lower time frame. So that's what you do on your overall bias. And then you look at your daily, you look at your 4-hour bias. And then you start zooming in to see where prices could go. You can see we're in an upward trend. This is your 4-hour. And you can see this buying pressure. Now, at this particular spot, there's no trade. Now, what you could do is if you want to enter a sell trade, you're probably a little bit late, and you would want to see a couple things. You would want to see if you want to see this bottom get retested, you want to be patient and look for good deals where you'll have a good RR, risk to return ratio, and you can set a decent stop loss, okay? So if this were to go back up here and test this chalk, change character, what I would be looking for is if you want to enter this particular spot, I don't think it'll come back up here and test this unless it's moving higher. So you're going to take losing trades, but you're winning trades if you can become a 50% profitable trader plus. If you can become profitable 60, 70%, above, try to shoot for above 40%. But if you can become a 50% profitable trader with SMC, and you're looking at 4, 5, 8 RR trades, your account's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. And that's what you want to happen. So this particular trade, if you were to go back up here and test this change of character and you're going to enter a sale, this is a 5.8. You're going to, if you want to slide it up just a tad, so that's a 5.5 RR trade. That's what I would be looking for. If this continued to sell off right here without a retest, there's no trade here currently. Now, every SMC trader is going to be a little bit different on their strategies, but I'm just giving you what I would be doing, what I would be looking for. And I would want a retest of this change of character because I do see this as like a buy-side liquidity grab. And we currently probably in a consolidation phase. Right here's your first top, second top. It's probably going to go down and at least create one more. Doesn't mean it has to, and that's the reason why you have your stop losses. If it has a stop loss and it breaks up right here, you're waiting for your next pattern to take form to take your trade. So right here, what is this? Sell side liquidity. This is going to be your stops. If anybody entered buy trades here, they're going to be putting their stops right below this these previous lows. So it's taking out stops for a quick reversal in the opposite direction. What did it do here? It done the exact same thing. You had a low, low, took your buy stops out, grabbed this sell side liquidity, and then it reversed in the opposite direction fairly quickly. Buying momentum, buying momentum. So currently looking at this, we're not really in a buying momentum. We are slightly in a buy momentum phase, but it doesn't look like this. Completely different. than this buying momentum. So we are in an uptrend, but we're also in a consolidation to the right, allowing the time for the RSI, relative strength index, to go down to create room to break out more to the upside. And it doesn't mean it has to break to the upside. That's the reason why I just showed you in a previous indice where the selling pressure was taking hold, that showed really the opposite of this rounding right here. It does it right here at the end, generally, before it starts selling off to the downside again. And if that were to happen, if it comes down here and retests, it goes back up, it doesn't have the buying pressure to break this threshold, if we're going to sell off, where are some things that you could be looking for? And this would be the first target I would look for. And what you can do is take some off the table at these points. And basically what this is you're going to have a break of structure right here. And then you're going to be looking for a place that it could relatively get a bounce at. That prices could see consolidation and get a bounce off of. Currently, we don't have order blocks and stuff like that on. So right now, I'm just looking at a clean chart, basically. And I'm looking at points of interest I'd be looking at. Looking at this low here, and I'm looking at these lows here. And that's these 3 marks. Now, somebody, one of the guys in our Discord, wanted me to look at ADA. This is a crypto. And it basically made its low in May, and it's in a consolidation phase. It has a lot of volatility, a lot of up and downs. But whenever you're looking at the big charts, you can see the same things we talk about on the other charts. Although it wouldn't be my cup of tea, you can see the buying pressure that I've talked about. See this buying pressure? Same thing on a lower scale right here. Buying pressure. So here you had a consolidation phase, and then you start seeing this buying pressure, seeing this upward momentum. Right here on this particular one, you can see the reversal here. You can put your stop loss below this point, and if it hit it, you're taking a small loss. And then you're going to target this break of structure here. It's a 7.73. So like I say, I don't really like these particular charts for SMC trading. You can see it has a lot of volatility, a lot of consolidation areas. Can it be done? Yes, but I really think there's better instruments to be trading that are much more user-friendly. For instance, the US 500. You can see that the candles are a whole lot more cleaner. So this video is getting relatively long as it is. I'm going to be doing quite a few videos like this in the future. We're going to be releasing new market structures soon. We appreciate everybody in our Discord channel. We look forward to seeing your profits on a weekly basis. We look forward to growing the community with each and every one of you. So I hope you have a great week trading, and we'll talk soon. Take care.